Hey guys! So it's my first episode of my Music Sheets series. So a lot of the series is supposed to be trying artists that I don't know as well, or maybe I know a little bit of and just haven't listened to their entire discography, or maybe just artists I love and want to uplift. Now Ariana Grande is one who I've only started really listening to recently. I've listened to a lot of her bigger stuff, but never her entire discography. So I felt like this was a really good one to start out with. So her first album is Yours Truly, and obviously she was coming up from a lot of child fame, so this was very anticipated. So the first song on it is Honeymoon Avenue, which I gave a 10 out of 10. Second is Baby I, which I gave an 8. Right Time, which I gave an 8. Tattoo Heart, I gave a 10. Loving It, I gave an 8. Piano, I gave a 7. Daydreaming, I gave a 9. The Way, I gave a 9. You'll Never Know, I gave a 7. Almost Is Never Enough, I gave a 7. Popular Song, I gave a 6. And Better Left Unsaid, I gave a 7. Which leaves for a 96 out of 120, which is exactly 80%. Which gives it a B rating. So this album is definitely it has a bit of the classic, more jazzy feel that Ariana typically has, but also has a lot of that pop from Up and Coming. And I know a lot of the opinions I have I don't agree with, just because I don't love her more poppy stuff. So I know Baby I is like pretty popular and just didn't connect with. I know Popular Song is supposed to be a ripped off of Popular from Wicked, in which she's starring as Belinda currently. So that's kind of a fun tie-in, but overall I didn't really connect with this album as a whole or this piece. Oh, and starting out with the series too, that I should have mentioned, within this description of each video I will have a playlist of every 10 song. So every song I gave a 10 out of 10 rating in a playlist, so maybe you can listen and find something that you like. But yeah, I mean, nothing really stood out too much. Honeymoon Avenue and Tattoo Heart, the two I did give 10 out of 10s, are both more in that jazzy realm and give that jazzy feel, which is something I liked it more. So her debut album was My Everything, and I did deluxe version as I would for anything else. So the intro I gave a 9, Problem I gave a 9, One Last Time I gave a 9, Why Try I gave a 7, Break Free a 9, Best Mistake a 10, Be My Baby an 8, Break Your Heart Right Back a 7, Love Me Harder a 9, Just a Little Bit of Your Heart a 9, Hands on Me 8, My Everything 8, Bang Bang 9, The Only One 10, and You Don't Know Me 10. So, which leaves for a 131 out of 150, which is 87.3333, which is overall 87, which is also a B. Now I definitely like this album more than the previous one, and it has a lot of really big pop hits, which again I'm not the biggest fan of, but I can still appreciate, you know. Like One Last Time and Problem are not my favorite Ariana Grande songs, but I can still appreciate them for what they're worth. Now, this you get very little of that jazzy feel and a lot of just the straight commercial pop, but is what helped her expand further into her career, so you have to consider it for that reasons, you know? Okay, and her sophomore album is Dangerous Woman, in which I gave Moonlight a 9, Dangerous Woman a 10, Be Alright a 9, Into You 9, Side to Side 10, Let Me Love You 10, Greedy 10, Leave Me Lonely 10, Everyday 6, Sometimes 10, I Don't Care 9, Bad Decisions 9, Touch It 10, You Know Better Forever Boy 8, Thinking of You 10, Step On Up 10, and Jason's Song Giveaway a 10. So this one is definitely the best one out of the ones that we have currently discussed. It has a lot of the pop hits, but a lot of the pop hits I like a lot more than the other ones. I think generally due to their less EDM vibe. Because you do have Dangerous Woman, you do have Side to Side, you do have Greedy, you have a lot of those big ones that are just a little bit more my speed in terms of pop music. So overall, definitely advanced, but it's also, you see a lot of shift into the more edgy Ariana that we know today. A little bit less of the child star that she had before. Then her senior album is Sweetener, in which I gave Raindrops and The Angel Cried an 8, Blaze an 8, The Light Is Coming a 10, REM an 8, Gauze and Lemon 10, Sweetener 8, Successful 7, Every Time 10, Breathing 10, No Tears Left to Cry 10, Borderline 8, Better Off 8, Good Night and Go 9, Pete Davidson 9, and Get Well Soon a 10, which leaves for 133 out of 150, which is an 88.6667%, which overall leaves it at an 89%, which is a B. So this one I definitely enjoy more than the first two, but definitely not as much as Dangerous Woman. So this one, you do start to see the jazzy influence really come back in a really interesting way. And you have a lot of songs that you just maybe wouldn't necessarily associate with a pop artist. A lot of R&B influence as well, especially with stuff like The Light Is Coming In, which does feature Nicki Minaj, which you see quite a bit with Ariana. But I don't know, it's a different feel. There are songs that I definitely liked and songs I definitely didn't like as much, but it's the most different album off of any of her other ones, for sure. So it's kind of interesting to see from that perspective and kind of take it from as you would with that kind of influence. But yeah, I'll go through like my favorites off of each album towards the end. So Thank You Next is her 5th album, in which features Imagine, which I gave a 10, Needy a 10, NASA a 9, Bloodline 10, Big Smile 9, Bad Idea 10, Make Up 9, Ghosting 10, In My Head 10, 7 Rings 10, Thank You Next 10, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored a 9, which leaves for 116 out of 120, which is a 96.6667 or a 97% overall, which is an A by a landslide. So this is my favorite album out of all of hers in terms of the technical percentage. Now we'll get to positions because overall as a project I really enjoy that too. But yeah, I mean, Thank You Next is definitely more in line with the edginess that Dangerous Woman has, but a lot of the influence that Sweetener has, and kind of leads to having this really interesting mix. But I mean, there's a lot of hits off of it. I mean, 7 Rings and Thank You Next are both incredibly iconic songs. They're incredibly beloved, but you have a lot of that edginess, especially in stuff like Bloodline, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, and Ghost In, and those types of things that, I don't know, it's different, and I don't know, I like the edginess, so that's just me. And then her 6th album, which is her most recent, is Possessions, which of course I did deluxe, in which I gave Shut Up a 10, 34 plus 35 a 10, Motive a 10, Just Like Magic 8, Off the Table 9, 630 8, Safety Net a 10, My Hair 9, Nasty 9, West Side 9, Love Language 10, Positions 10, Obvious 10, Point of View 10, Someone Like You Interlude a 9, Test Drive 10, 34 plus 35 a Remix 9, Worst Behavior 9, and Main Thing an 8, which leaves it at 177 out of 190, which is 93.1579%, which is 93 in total, which is also an A. And this was the first album that I really listened to, so it has kind of a special place in my heart because of that. But I mean, this is very much, you have that jazzy vibe mixed with a little bit of that retro music that's been popular lately. And there's a lot of interesting things. You definitely do not have that kid image with this album whatsoever in the slightest. Obviously, I mean, 34 plus 35 positions are both singles, and both of them are, you know, pretty explicit. So there's, I don't know, it definitely has a jazzy vibe. If you like that, you would definitely like this, and still have plenty of pop songs that were popular for those reasons. So in order from worst to best albums, we have Yours Truly with 80%. We have My Everything with 87. Sweetener with 89. Possessions with 93. Dangerous Woman with 94. And then Thank You Next with 97 as the best. And then my favorites off of each album. And this might be general, because obviously a lot of songs just depend on mood and what you're interested in. These are just the ones that pop out when I look back on them. So Yours Truly would be Honeymoon Avenue. My Everything, probably, maybe You Don't Know Me, probably. Off of Dangerous Woman, maybe Basic Choice, but I mean, Dangerous Woman and Sinnr are both very iconic for a reason. Sweetener, in terms of the really popular ones, God Is a Woman. In terms of the not so much, The Light Is Coming. Thank You Next, I mean 7 Rings. In terms of popular, not so popular, Bloodline. I mean, it's still popular, but you get my point. Singles versus not singles, let's put it that way. Then Possessions, Safety Net is my all-time favorite Ariana Grande song, and then in terms of single, probably would be Possessions. I love Point of View too, but yeah. So that's overall. So overall, Thank You Next, It Takes the Cake as my favorite album, and then Safety Net as my favorite song. Now again, this is just kind of getting to learn new artists. So with Ariana Grande, she has a lot of jazz influence with a lot of pop as well. You know, you can definitely see the transition through different genres with her. You can see a transition from the more child star type of music into the more adult music she has now. It's definitely interesting to look at, and you know, definitely a lot of great songs. I mean, she's an incredibly popular artist and successful for a reason. Again, I'll have playlists down below of all of the songs that I rate a 10 out of 10. Now, this video, I realize, is very hectic. I don't know if this format works for you guys, so let me know if there's something else I can do. Obviously, I can't play the songs because that would be copyright hell, but maybe I can, I don't know, do something else. But let me know. Again, there's a playlist with all the 10 out of 10 songs in the description, so go check that out. And hopefully you'll find, I don't know, find a song or two that you like and get to experience a new artist as well. But until next time, bye.